me close this, then we'll start. If you let me see if any other location I have. Okay. Okay. So good morning, guys. Uh, what we have done till last class is mainly we have focused on understanding the various aspects of SIM. We have discussed in different ways how an organization can adapt to its SIM environment, how it will have its SOC environment, what is meant by MSSP, what is meant by MSSP is Managed Security Service Providers. MSSPs like IBM, uh, what do you say, uh, Accenture, Cognizant, Capgemini, Infosys. These guys, they will take the responsibilities of other companies as their own, and they give services of security related services to the companies who cannot um, by themselves look after their security of their resources. Mm, with this, they will be uh, partnering with these organizations. Then, uh, because of two different things, either it can be like for reducing the cost of the security things, or it could be like lack of expertise. Majority of the times what happens is it is the lack of expertise, because many of the people who are related to the security itself, they are providing the service in other company. If they are not able to get the, I mean, like specific SOC team to be formed, definitely they go for these kind of service providers. And as I said, there are different kinds of implementation. You can have the self-hosted, in the sense within your organization itself, everything you have hosted and managed by yourself itself without any MSSP is one thing. Means MSSP is not going to be any part of your discussions or anything. And other part is, um, you are going to have self-hosted, but the MSSP will be doing all other related like correlation. All these things will be happening entirely at the MSSP side. In the sense, you are giving a copy of your logs to the MSSP. So he is actually taking them and he is correlating. And the other type of is like self-hosted and managed by you, and as well as the MSSP. Means like from morning to evening you'll be there, and from evening to night, entire night they'll be taking care. So this is also one part of is like what do you say? Sometimes they'll be hosting it into the cloud. So the logs will be like everything, the SOC environment will be there in the SOC environment, in the SIM and everything, all the implementation of these if any tools like Splunk or what do you say, Curator or uh, ArcSight or any other tools like Logarithm or anything, it will be there in the cloud. Now, as I said, you guys have to install it, the software, whatever I requested you. I hope all of you guys have installed it without any issue, because we are going to start some kind of what do you say, uh, Splunk related things from today onwards. Why I said explicitly to download uh, uh, what do you say, the Splunk software itself, not Splunk Enterprise Edition or Splunk Enterprise Security or something like that. Because first, it is like always you should know, even if you are not getting any job um, in SOC by any chance, what do you say, security engineer for, I mean like some kind of log analyst, for them you should be able to do that. But it requires some practice, even when you want to become a SOC analyst, or if you want to become any data analyst. So that is the reason, as a stepping stone, we'll be getting into the Splunk itself for us to download it. And Splunk free trials, You just go here, you will get this particular link, select this particular thing and download it. Okay, so and this one you install it on your machine, installing other VMs, right? So that particular machine is called as host machine, where you have it now. So for me, I thought like for you, for explaining you guys, there is some issue with my the RAM. I don't know, this is a little old system, this is hurting when I run it through the VM and try to simulate, I mean like try to stream the data from here to you guys YouTube. It looks to be a little slow, that's why it's great. Any other what do you say, extra features in this enterprise? Okay, you have to, yes, we are going to install Splunk Enterprise 60 days version on our machines in later point of time. Then we will be using them for our practical purpose. Okay, with respect to the Splunk Enterprise security. Okay, so I hope you guys understood what I said till now. That uh, first we'll be starting with Splunk for 2 days or 3 days. Will be on that. Another 2 days and 3 days will be on Splunk Enterprise security. So when you actually as soon as when you finish your installation, you guys will come any application when you install, um, then it will come automatically come on this particular thing, else it will ask for you local host. I just need installed the Splunk where it is installed in my machine itself, but it doesn't show you any folder or anything. Instead, I can go here, my computer, see programs, program files. If I go program files, I'll see Splunk. Okay, I'll see Splunk. If you go get into the Splunk, okay, you'll find all other different areas. What are those all different areas? Those are the different executable files that helps us to run these Splunk commands, to create these reports. Okay, so all these files are there. Okay, Splunk uses Python as well inside internally. You don't require anything, but if you want to write some customized things, you can use the Python and keep the files over here for it to run. Okay, but our main thing is here something called as bin. If you go here, if you scroll down, just scroll down and reach to a location where this particular thing is there. Okay, this is the Splunk. This is the thing that launches. This is the thing that launches in a Splunk. Okay, but for you to connect to this particular, for you to connect to this particular browser and all, this Splunk executable will not help you. But instead, what you have to do is you have to have this Splunk D. This is there, right? Splunk D. This Splunk D is the tool or the executable file that helps you to connect from your machine to this web browser, within your machine to this web browser. Let me check. I copied it, I close it, okay, and I'll try to open this in some other browser. Let us see what happens. Now I have taken this and I have clicked on it. So now it, when you entered that particular thing, it actually asked for you to enter the username, because internally when you clicked on this, okay, the service which is running in the background, not splunk.exe, it is splunk.exe, splunk.dd, splunk daemon, splunk dot splunk d .exe, Splunk daemon.exe, which is the one which is here. Okay, it is running in the background, okay, without knowing to you. So that particular software is helping you out to interact with the Splunk on your machine. Okay, now I have installed it. Oops, the server error, something it is coming. Why is it coming? Because of disconnection. Okay, now it connected. So guys, might be a fraction of 5 seconds or something, you might get disconnected. Don't worry about that. Could be like slow internet issue or something, but just bear with that. Okay, this is the search. Okay, and you can do a lot of things here. Okay, you can search some information from here, and you can actually what time you want to search, till what extent you want to search, all those things. I want to search last 15 minutes of log, 60 minutes, or 4 hours, or 24 hours, or 70. In real time you want to search, means from this second to till last as of now, what I mean, like the day when I have installed till that thing, or from now to 30 seconds, like that. um, Relative, today, weekend, I mean, like week to dates, business, all these different types of timings you can use it. We are going to do them in some time. We are going to learn them. Okay, so this is about the search. What we use it for, search, will write some query that I want, because all the data is stored in index. So index, which folder it is, that particular, just giving a reference, don't take it, folder, okay, some particular folder. Don't think that folder, what is this? Just remember that the logs from a Windows machine, if you are trying to store it in some index name in your indexer, so that particular name this is, okay, and I want to get into that folder, and okay, and is like for you have join operation in this thing, right? Like piping kind of thing. You have some output, okay, not piping, you have some output. Then you want to do, you, the output, whatever you want to filter it, should have um, specific things, then only you take it. Okay, that is how. So now, by default, as we have not installed any data in our indexer set, but Splunk itself, the Splunk, the installation itself is also on software. We have to monitor Splunk health also, right? We have to monitor how the data is coming in and going out. So for that also, we have automatically Splunk is collecting some logs, because every machine, every software, usually if it is allowed, permitted, developers might have actually what do you say, installed some, I mean, like enabled some kind of logs, where for Splunk also they have enabled few logs, and those logs are getting stored within the Splunk software itself in somewhere in different folder. But by default, sending a copy of it to the indexer, okay, of Splunk, whatever the Splunk which we have installed, that particular location. Now, in that particular indexer, we have from Splunk itself, within the Splunk, audit means who has logged in, who has logged out, okay, and internal means Splunk itself, some uh, like some kind of system related logs it will be generating, that is underscore internal. Okay, introspection, even I don't know what it is. Metrics means like from, like the values that like from past 1 minute, what is the, I mean, like what is the size of the event that is generated, that kind of logs, okay, is called as metrics. And there are few other things are there, least bothered about it. But this is a history. History means I will show you this particular thing. Okay. So history. Okay. History is one of like what and all query you have given here, like last from um, 24 hours or 48 hours or anything. If you give it over here, it will display all the queries. Okay. So we are going to see this as well. Okay. Now let us take some small example. Splunk index audit will take, whether we will see anything is there or not. Last 15 minutes, these are the logs that generated by our machine. Okay, by our machine. By which software? Splunk. Splunk is also software that also to be monitored by us. Okay, if you see my system name, my Splunk user ID is Arboya. That is what I have given, right? It is here. And something I have made some action over here, that is action is equal to search. I have done that. Information whatever I searched, it is completed. Okay, and search, every search will have a search ID. Okay, total runtime, how much it has taken to run it, all that particular information. Okay, so this is called as Splunk audit logs, which will have you information. The logs will be like this, any logs will be like this. Okay, how it understood, if I open this and show you the raw logs. Okay, this particular thing. Okay, okay, or rather than this. Okay, okay, I'll show you raw logs after some time. These are the from the same machine you are getting, right? So it will have all is equal to and all, but we shouldn't have is equal to and all in between. So that kind of logs I'll be showing you guys in some time. But just remember that here you are going to search for you to just immediately kick off your practice. What you can say is uh, you want to see some kind of searching. Okay, say for example, you want to see audit is equal to search. Okay, this action. Okay, so what you have to say do is, okay, there are here action is equal to list underscore health, action is equal to search, action is equal to search, action is equal to search, action is equal to list health. I want only search related things to be mentioned. Okay, in the I want to see them. Okay, action, and I have a big database of something called as indexer. In that I have a folder called as auditor. Now I entered into the auditor folder. In that also what I want is action is equal to okay, SEA or CH search. Now let us see what happens. Guys, if you see, now you are not seeing the action is equal to list underscore health, you are not seeing. Now you are seeing is action is equal to only search related logs. How will I come to know about it? Just remove it once again here and click enter. You will see total number of logs is 920 for the duration last 15 minutes whatever I've taken. 920 logs, 920 events we should say. Events are 920. Event is nothing but the action when I perform something on your on my machine, or my machine automatically triggered some action. My Splunk has triggered some actions over here automatically. It may be because like when I tried some search, or it can be like automatically when I clicked on something, or automatically timely it might be creating some events. Okay, those are nothing but the events. Those events are getting stored in the indexer, and those indexer will have some set of folders. Each folder will be storing respective logs. Okay, so those logs we will be we want to view, okay, for our analytics, analytical purpose, okay, for our security monitoring purpose. So for that, what you will do, you have to mention the name of the indexer, also which folder you have, you want to pull the logs. So I have told that the Splunk indexer has got something called as audit folder, underscore audit folder. In that particular underscore audit folder, I have set of logs. Those logs I want to bring. Now I have brought them. Okay. In that particular bucket itself, in that folder itself, okay, I, I don't want everything. I'm explicitly telling that when you are bringing from the folder itself, you make sure you bring only the events with the action is equal to search. So it brings each, because the action is something which um, you have to remember that is the input what you have given and you expected what it has to return. Okay, so action is search, you let me know what it is. So now you clicked on search, you got all the events. Now earlier 300 900 events were there, now it is showing only 300 relate 300 this particular filtered events from the query. Okay, now boss, what is this? I cannot view these things. These are just something gibberish kind of thing. I want kind of some statistics. Okay, so just give this entire thing as input to a pipe where you will say stats count by, okay, I want to have like action, means like how many action results are there. So it will show 358, right? But if you use stats count by action, search is the field name what you have tried is equal to the value what you are searching. Okay, search 358. Maybe you might be getting confused what I'm telling you here, but just remember that the search is the keyword what you have tried. Okay, I mean, like, is the value what you have tried using a keyword called as search. Boss, I'm getting confused, totally getting confused. Why I am doing this, all these things? If I want to know, okay, stats count by action is a field. Okay, action is a field. I have so many options. My any log search is equal to can be accelerate search. Search is equal to in the log it might be add, change authentication, edit authenticate, edit deployment client, edit deployment server, or any one these thing might be there. Okay, any one of these might be there. Okay, I just want you guys, whether you followed me or not, let me check this by getting into the question and answer sessions. Where it is, where it is, where it is. Yeah, this one.
Guys,
Okay,
till now
I
you have
just
followed
want you guys, you're, you guys are able to follow me or not. First thing, just respond here in, uh, if you want, you can respond in this chart, or you can respond in our other session, other charts. I just want, this is the very basics where we are going to start. I want to make sure all of you guys, at least to extent where what we give in the search, okay, slowly in the folder we are putting something. That particular folder is called as index. We have given a name in the indexer. Okay, then we are pulling the data from there. That particular thing I want, whether you followed it or not. From there, each log will have some information. Okay, That information, when we read it, say for example timestamp, within that particular timestamp, what happened, I want to search, so I can actually stats count by timestamp. Okay, so usually you will get every timestamp, only every event will have only single timestamp, correct, right? All are unique, all events are generating different. So you will get, if you have 395, as I said, events, you will get 395 as a count. Okay, but whereas if you say uh, it's similar to SQL query, yes, you can say that. Not, that's not a anything. Uh, I mean, like, it is a uh, Splunk queries, Splunk SPL. They say Splunk programming language. I mean, programming. Yes, SPL. Yes, Splunk programming language is nothing but the querying, I guess. Yeah. Now that's it. Okay. So hope you guys understood till here. Okay. Now let's get back. Okay, to our things. I hope you guys, just everyone give yes, 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 till now whatever you understood. Everyone, I want everyone, you guys have to give yes, yes, yes. Just I'll wait for 5 minutes, not an issue, because it's very important for us. Everyone, this is a problem. I want everyone's response. Okay, fine, few guys have responded, others haven't responded, don't know. Okay, let's move back to our this thing. Later we'll see. Okay, so I went into the folder but forgot about all those things. I want to see action is equal to search is the one which we are trying, but action is equal to in whichever, how many types of things are there? Like action is equal to search, action is equal to list underscore health, similar kind of thing. How many things are there? I want to know the count of them. So action is equal to, it can be in a log accelerate search, which are of 10 logs it has got. Okay, action is equal to add, which are only one log has got that. Action is equal to challenge underscore authentication is two are there. Okay, edit deployment we have 7. All these things are just logs, we don't need anything, but what you have to remember is these particular things, these how we are writing the query to get the data, that is important. You have to remember the fields. No, if you are, whichever the logs you are working on it, on those fields you have to remember. Okay, you don't require like every log, everything to be remembered. You should understand what it is. Like I want to know how many 4xx messages, I mean 404 messages that are generated at our server. Means some pages might have not working right in our web servers. So being a IT engineer, I should make sure, like I should be monitoring if a page is not working, and if a customer is trying to reach some product from external world to you, and in Amazon itself you take an example, and a particular product when is going without any proper message, it is showing 404 not found. Okay, the page is not, will it be looking looks good? No, right, it looks very bad. If it is a popular product, if it is not working, that particular web page within the website, it is very bad. So for that, if you should be having a monitoring mechanism, am I getting any 404 messages? If any customer tries to reach, if the web server throws any 404 error message, immediately that will be recorded into the log, and those logs I want to see. Okay, so for that I want to create a something. I'm just over the air I will create some. You might have given the web server log name indexer name as say web server. Okay, something I'm just giving you. And now with you went into that folder web server logs. Okay, now what is the when you will get the 404. Okay, when someone tries to reach your website. Okay, that I will explain it now. Okay, this might be very useful for you guys to remember. Okay, so I'll explain that some important information for few of you guys who doesn't know the this thing. Okay, guys, this is okay. Control Z. Okay, yeah. This is the web server somewhere here. Example I'm just giving. Forget about what security devices are there or all those things. Just I am creating one scenario here. Okay, you are trying to reach from this machine to here. This is the web server and this is a client. This server has got multiple pages of web pages. Okay, in this someone has done something broken or something, one file is not there, but okay. When the user, this is the home page, one page is home page. Okay, www.flipkart.com something he has given. Okay, and the request went to the web server. Okay, home page returned. Okay, the request from here, whatever it goes from here to here, right? Okay, those are called as, how it goes is, it is the browser will create a packet. Okay, it will have some information that is called as request header. Okay, this request header will have the request name and which protocol, like HTTP protocol it is using, and other set of information. Okay, we will see what is that later during our practical time. Okay, this it will be called as request. These are two types, get or post. Okay, any one of these two, because when you are sending data means, when you are requesting some server means any of these two. When we will get, will use the when the browser will use get, when the browser will use post, because you are not going to put anything over there. Okay, browser only generates. Okay, application who are developed, they will be only having the control of it. Okay, browser only does. How you will come to know which when it will be using is when you are just doing the window shopping, only you are going and just www.google.com example I'm giving. Okay, and you haven't logged in or anything. Okay, just you are entering Google search or anything. Okay, that time it will use get. It will take create this entire request in get, all that information, and send to the server. That time it is only get. Okay, imagine if you are trying to log into the system, means you are carrying some data to the web server. Okay, if you just enter www.flipkart.com, so that time when it goes, it will go as a get. But when you enter username and password over here or any website, and if you try to log into the system, okay, that time it will go as a post. Get means just it will get the information. Post means you are putting some information in the web page and you are sending it to it. Okay, now the first scenario will take, so you just opened it and you enter www.flipkart.com. It will go here and gives you the information back to you. This is called as a response. Okay, either this case or this case. Okay, you will be having different kinds of response. One is informational type. which is not required for our web related side. It is mainly for some other server to server communication. Okay, I mean like router to router, or it is a higher level kind of message, where like say for example your system is here. Okay, and sometimes example you are using the mobile. Okay, and you are done the some kind of internet call. Okay, uh, so there are different uh, servers are in between. Directly you won't get to the same server. In between, you are trying to reach the uh, US mobile number, but in between you have to pass through like Dubai and as well as London. Okay, so what happens is when you try to reach from here to here, in between the request first will go here, since then it will go here, then it will go here, it takes some time. So this guy has to wait for some time, right? So for that purpose, as soon as this one receives the request for call request, it will send the response back to this saying that I am trying to reach other person. Then it will forward that request to him, and this will send this information to here, and then it will forward it. So this guy is knows that my information is getting forwarded, my information is getting forwarded until unless the other person picks the call, and you will be hearing the ringing. Okay, that is called as 180 ringing. Phone is ringing status. Okay, so then phone has come to know that I have received this 180 message, means I have to ring now. Okay, so that ringing vibe sound you will be seeing. So these are the standards that they have implemented uh, to understand phone, to understand what information it is happening in for connection and all. So these are like, as we are not part of this particular thing, so these are all information related things, we don't require them. So we are not part of the information thing. So the first we call them as 1xx. It can be 100 trying, 180 ringing, or something like that. Okay, so the second is 2xx. This is very important for us. Okay, so 2xx is 200. Okay, 202 accepted. Okay, so different types of messages are there, you just have to go through them and just brush yourself like everything. So as soon as when asked for a request, okay, or the get message, it will reach here, or the post message, it will reach here. If the data what you are provided through the post, if it is correct one, like your username and password, or the get request whatever it received is the proper one, okay, then it will send 200 back to the client as a response, so that the client has come to know my request is successfully finished. How it will happen? With this 200, okay, it will be sending some data back. Data means your web page content, web content back. This is the 200 message it will be carrying back to this. Okay, so now it is successful, it will display on your screen. Hope you understood this 2xx. Okay, and you also 2xx means 200 okay, 202 accepted. You just go through what it is, but 200 okay is the 200 is the important status. Okay, that is like how many successful logins, how many failed logins. Failed means like server error, client error. Client error is 4xx. Okay, um, forbidden related. I think 403, I guess, for forbidden. Okay, means like you are not allowed. You entered, you took some guy's username and password. Okay, and you try to log into his system, but that time it went to, in the post message that username and password. But for this client, from wherever it has come, it is not allowed from external people to access this machine. It is from within internal only should be allowed. That time what it says, it is forbidden for you to enter. Okay, so 403 forbidden. Usually these will be like responded by the firewalls before it goes to the server. Okay, So I'm just giving you some information like 4xx is some kind of client, I mean like some error codes will be there. So we have first 1xx, that is like not much useful for us. 2xx, as I said, 200 OK is the important one among the list of 2xx messages which you have to remember. And 3xx means um, like you are coming from here, okay, to this particular web server, but this is not the main web server. They might be creating to hide it from the attackers. They have created the main server some location. This here nothing will be there here, dummy server, but for the entire world they have given this particular IP address for this particular www.flipkart.com. So when it reaches here, it will say that I'm redirecting to other location because I want to keep this web server securely from the attackers. Okay, they shouldn't know this. So this IP address will be automatically timely it will getting changed. Okay, so for that, what they do is they do configure the redirection over here. That is called as 301 mode temporarily, 302 I think mode permanently, I guess. Okay, so um, so that is how like some permanent location or a temporary location you might be keeping it, so that time you'll be using the redirect, I mean like 3xs response. You are telling this to this particular thing, I'm moving to other location, then this 3xs will come, then the request will be going here, and then it will be telling that whether it is to 200 OK message or like a cancel message or something like that, it will come. Okay, so 404 not found or something. Okay, so this is about the 3xx. Now we have seen different things in them. 1xx we have seen, 2xx we have seen, 3xx we have seen, 4xx. This is these are all redirect. This is a successful. Okay, this is informational. Okay, this 4xx is client errors. Okay, client, if it is some error, like the URL what you asked is wrong, that is what you are telling. The URL what you have asked is not present over here, so that's why I send 4xx message. You are not allowed to enter here, that is 403 forbidden. You shouldn't be allowed here. Okay, maybe some IDs I might be telling wrong because I haven't, before coming to this class I have not recollected them. Okay, but you just go to them. Okay, and 5xx, just remember the cream of this particular topic, that's it. Okay, client error, client client errors are all 4x's if client has done some mistake. So you are letting the client know that you have entered the wrong username. So if I example, um, I go here and if I try .com example, so this is a response of 4xx. How I'll come to know? I will go here, inspect. Okay, rather than that I will take this one as a better one. Okay, inspect. Okay, you just go here, uh, go to this particular network, click on it. I have right clicked on inspect and then clicked on network. Then you give whatever some junk thing, and .com you give. Okay, and just click enter. Okay, so it said, is there any network issue from my side? No. Okay, so it said some kind of error. Okay, but I, why I don't know, I haven't received any. Okay, google.com. If you see, I have requested when I clicked on Google, it sent a Google request. As I have already logged in, it is sent that information also by default. Then it sent a post request. Okay, then it got a response 204. Then so the page where whatever I'm requesting automatically 304, it got redirected. So all those messages you'll be getting here sequentially. Okay, So this is the thing. But if I ask flipkart.com, okay, I have opened the flipkart.com here only. I'll open it. My God, give me a second, guys. Is there? Okay. In this flipkart.com, I know if I click this particular thing, okay, I'll go to some page. If I click on t-shirts, I'll go to some page. But what if here I have what I have done is topware is there, right? Topware is in that I have put something, this particular thing, okay? And if you see what happens now, okay? So it tried to do something and it throwed you 404 message, okay? Means that boss, that page is not there with us, okay? But these guys have handled the error in such a way that instead it show you some uh, error, it shows you some relevant products. But this is like 404. You have get request, you have done some request. See, it is not sent as a what do you say, as a post message because I haven't logged it. So that is the reason. Just when if you see www.flipkart.com, when I try to do some URL modification something, okay, and if I click enter, it will throw me 404 messages. Till Flipkart it will go, but whatever the other part you asked, it is not there, so it will throw you 404 error. Okay, I hope you remember. I mean, like you understood what I'm saying. It like this is the client has done a mistake. So client errors. These are all client errors. Okay. Okay. Now there is something called as server errors. Okay. What is the server error? Your server is not responding. So that time you should tell if someone trying to reach www.google.com, especially with our IRCTC website, it will happen. Okay, if there is a load at a Tatkal time, okay, definitely it will not be in a position to serve you. So 501 error or 503 error or something like that, it will be showing you as a response because it is not your request that uh, created any problem. It's a server, it is not working now. So it will respond you with this 5xx message, 501 or 503 or 504 you might be seeing. Okay, so that is for 5xx. If entire India itself, okay, the entire India itself there is a network connection down, that is called as global error. Okay, 6xx messages. Okay, client is trying to reach India some website, but it is like server, it is not responding, it is okay. But no one is responding next to your home itself, like within your router, if it is not going anywhere or something. This is global, like anywhere if there is no connection. I have never seen in my life a 4 and like 6xs messages. Okay, so that's why I just want to keep that aside. Okay, fine. Now you might have come to know about those things. Okay, so what I want is how many you have a website and you want to know how many um, uh, that is called as a response codes, okay, is equal to 404 you want to know. Okay, just you give this particular query, it will give you, sorry, it will give you the number of uh, the 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 logs that have 404. Okay, so guys, just as a brief I've given this now. Okay, just remember this is a search thing, we do a lot of search related things here, and we have analytics, okay, where you can do analytics part over here, but we are not getting anywhere into this because our main aspect is to search, but and uh, try to get the data from there, but we are not writing any correlation rules for this particular point of 2 to 3 classes because we are learning the searching. Okay, then you do whatever the search you do, you make it as a query and you make it as a rule. Okay, then um, some data sets, like how many data sets you have uploaded to this Splunk machine. By default, Splunk comes with so many default data sets. Okay, data sets means some kind of data that Splunk provides for you to play around. Okay, and you have the reporting mechanism. What is this reporting mechanism? You want to send your report to this, what do you say, to your managers. How, in whichever different ways, you can actually create the reports and uh, display it to your management. All these things you can do it. But here, since I haven't done any of reporting related things or anything, so nothing will be there. Dashboards is the one which you use, is the base for your report. Okay, I just want to show you one small thing. Okay, now action you have seen, right? Okay, before to that we'll just add the data. Now I don't have useful data for me. Some data whichever Splunk gives also, it is not useful for me or you. Okay, so if you see here, now we are seeing different searches. As I said, you have to purchase some apps for your Splunk Enterprise and all, right? You go here and you can find those apps. Okay, like you go here. Okay, if you want to buy some threat intelligence, okay, package from someone. Okay, okay, Cisco is providing this. If you want, you can install it. Okay, if you want some kind of what do you say, visualization tools, which visual, okay, some kind of nice visualizations tools you want to have, you can purchase them or you can install them going here. Just if you click install, okay, it'll ask you for like your username and password related things, uh, like not this particular login is not related to what do you say, um, your Splunk installation, whatever you have done, but whereas it is something related to the Splunk account, what you have in the cloud. For downloading, you have created one thing, right? So that particular thing you have to give here. I don't know whether this is the right one or not. I don't think so. Okay. Okay. RBO. Let me check. Yeah, this one looks to be incorrect username and password. RBO1. I don't know. Okay. Guys, this is a user and password. You can go there and you can use them. Okay. Forget as of now you should be there in the search. I will go there. Okay. That thing. Okay. Guys, now we are slowly moving into the Splunk, right? So till now whatever you have learned is just to give you the overview. Those are not the actual aspects, that what we do day by day. That is like day by day we do it, but not those logs. Okay, whatever I have showed you, like underscore, internal, all those things we don't do, but we'll be working mainly predominantly on uh, what do you say, some web related data or something like that. So for that, what we need, some Splunk sample data we need. Okay, so you go here, Splunk sample data. Okay, download. If you, I think, if you go here, you will get some link. That is also very good. Yes, this one. Okay. I, what happened? Okay. Oh God. Okay. Okay, now let us see. I'm just logging into the Splunk. Okay, then Splunk sample data download. You click on this. Okay, upload. There is something which will be there. Go to that location, and if you see here this particular thing, you click on that, where you will get two different types of downloading options. I'll just download the download. Okay, save. Okay, this is a folder which is a folder which is stored some sample Apache log, web server logs. Okay, okay, okay. Sample Apache logs. Okay. Now I'll go here. I'll open that in the folder, and I will just extract it to a folder. Then I'll go it. Okay. These are the logs I have received from the server. I might be hosting 3 different websites over there. So first web server is related to this, that particular thing. Okay. Okay. Better I'll open it in right click, open with edit. Okay, like this. Okay, if you see, this is the web server logs, and predominantly these are web server access logs. Okay, what is the difference between access logs and what is the difference between the secure logs? Okay, here we have two different types of logs. Access logs is the logs that the people from the external world, like say for example, the this particular user from this particular IP address 201.10.24.63 are trying to reach our website. Okay, what he is trying, he is trying to get the particular website content. Okay, of our website. Okay, so throughout the world we'll be having so many customers. Okay, so they will be keep coming to our website and they are accessing the content from there. Okay, it can be a user who registered, or it can be a user who is not registered. Okay, so those users, when they come in and go out of our server, right, we need to keep track of those of them. Okay, who has come in and who has done what, whether they have added to the product, or where they purchased it, or where they just added to the cart and they thought of purchasing it later, and are they anything try to just reach our server and they didn't do anything and they just left, all those things. Okay, where which location of the web page, okay, they have come and they've left, will be tracked using these logs. Means like every time when someone comes, it will get updated over here as one log, one event. This is the entire thing is one event from here to here end. Okay, so many transactions. Some product event, page event, he added some products to the cart, and he has done purchase, and he has successfully confirmed that purchase is also done. All something he has done over here. So this is the records of the users, what they have done within the web server. Is the file which gives only the users from externally reached your web server. Okay, this is a computer from the outside. Okay, they are allowed at port 80 or port 443. They can actually, over any of these ports, they can reach here. Okay, and they have taken that and they have left. During that time they might be doing the stay of 10 minutes or 15 minutes or 1 hour. They might be doing a lot of pages from here to go there, there to here, right? All those things are getting updated to the access log server. Remember this, guys, access server logs, anywhere they will be called as access server logs. Don't get confused between access server. Now from externally or internally, okay, this is a Windows machine or it might be Linux or Windows machine, Windows server. Okay. Security logs is who has actually logged into this machine. Okay, who has actually logged into this machine, or who has actually done some changes to the settings, who has actually done some, but it will have so many folders in them, in the machine, so many settings in the machine. Users from externally, they will be like reaching only web server, but the administrators and everyone can reach each and every folder operating system files. But users from externally will only be allowed to reach only this particular this thing. But your IT professionals or the developers within your organization who are having access, okay, or the IT staff might have access for other parts of it as also. But who is to get into all any of these folders apart from the web page? It requires for someone to get into some machine, I mean, out into this particular website, I mean, into this particular machine. That particular part will be logs will be stored in the secure logs. Okay. I hope you understood what is the difference in between secure logs and access logs. And next part is system logs. Okay. Now, what happened is someone modified the file. Someone modified the file. Someone copied. Those things are all getting stored in system logs. System logs. Because the system related informations they have changed. Okay. Those are system logs, access logs, and security logs is the important aspect. Another way of one you can say, when you say it is web application, you say it access logs, but if you have some application, then you say it as application logs. Just remember that. Okay, system logs, access logs. Some people they say application logs because it is just an application logs are getting logged over there. Those things will be, these are the different types of logs you have to remember. So now we are going to upload, you can actually upload them usually as a common. If you will, you be allow a common user to upload the logs? No, like a user who is Splunk user, not the administrator. Okay, will you allow him? No. So for that, what we need to have is you should have something called as um, like few options like add data and all. If the administrators will be disabling for users like you and me in the office, only administrators will have the access for this particular thing. If you go to the settings, you can click on add. Now you got this particular thing. You want to make a tour of it? Sorry, I don't want it. But now if you come down, if you just bring it up, okay, then you will see here different ways you can upload the data. Okay, or here if you see from where which data source you want to pull, you can select these also: cloud, network, operating system, all these things. They are giving options, but for us now we are uploading the data. We have downloaded some logs, sample logs for us, and we are uploading it. Select upload, select the file, everything in tutorial data. Now the web server logs I want to keep. Web server who has logged in, means like my Apache who has logged in, okay, who has logged out into my Apache. Like developers will have some log where they can actually modify those logs. Okay. Access logs, I'm selected it. Okay. Now access logs got done. Okay. You just click next. Click next. Okay. Now here what it takes is as soon as it when you give the logs to the indexer, okay, it will take the log and first it will scan the log, first log file, second log file, third log file, like that. For some time it will scan all the logs, and it will come to know that, boss, these are the web logs. I'm 100% sure about that. Okay, and see the source from where you have collected these logs is from the web server. So these are the access logs. So access combined W cookie logs. Automatically it will give you. You need not to do anything. Automatically it will give. If you get convinced that, if you are not get convinced, okay, no, these are not access logs. These are some other logs. Okay, so you have to tell it which logs it is. So for that you have different, whether it is application logs. So if it is application logs, which type of format log it is. If it is a database logs, then which type of database log it is. It is DB2 or MySQL or MySQLD or MySQL bin. For which logs it is, you tell me at least that. You select them, then it will parse accordingly. Now here the real caviar is that. The caviar is the logs whatever you have taken it. Now you are telling, even based on the source you selected, it will understand like how to parse it. How to parsing means, the first thing is nothing but an IP address. So IP address whatever I will get in this particular first place, I will have the what do you say, source IP from where the this thing. And the second part is the timestamp. Okay, it understanding this, and automatically it will put something called as times. It will be like comes under the timestamp, and it knows this is the type of method, whether it is get method or post method. So it is a type of request method. Okay, and then it will come to know that, okay, this is the part of the URL. This is the part of the URL. So all this is a response code 200 OK message. Okay, this is some URL from where it is come, and this is the browser where it is uh, has come. Okay, so all that information log will have lot of information. Okay, so that particular, what is this is automatically it understood. It knows that get is a method. Okay, get is a method. Okay, so it will know that, okay, this method is get, this method is post. Okay, by just looking at. So it understood the log is the website log, some websites log, this one. So automatically understood, and then it suggested us, and we accepted that suggestion, and we went to the next. Okay, and there, now you have to give you know that this is, you are storing it into your indexer, correct, right? You have to give a name. You can keep it by default, but what I prefer is from here, from where the logs have actually come. Okay, you know that this is the logs coming from the host field. This is like my own desktop, or if you can say, you can rename it as also with whichever you want. But it's always better for us to not to change this, because from which machine it is coming, that machine name is there, that will be very good. Okay, huh? Because you are collecting the web blocks all into one folder only. Okay, but you have two different server. Okay, if one server goes down, another server will be working, just in case I'm just giving. Okay, let me explain this, why the host name is very important. Okay, this is very important, guys. Usually you'll be if someone asks you such questions, you should be in a position to answer them. Okay, so that is the reason real time way I'm just giving this example. Okay, so host name, why it is important. Okay, so now, as I said, this is the indexer, correct, right? This is the web server. Okay, server logs are sent to the indexer. Okay, now your company, what it has done is, okay, if this server goes down, I will have a backup server. Server 1, server 2 will start serving the, I'll send here, finder I'll send here. Okay, users, sorry, you have two web servers, guys, I am extremely sorry here. Okay, you have two web servers here, server 1 and server 2. If this is a load balancer, some two, I mean some some kind of equipment which makes like if you have like our IRCTC kind of um, traffic comes, right? You might be seeing Shiva 1, Shiva 2, Shiva 3, Shiva 6 like that. Or if you see something, some IRC website will be a server 1, server 2, server 3, server. These are those servers. Okay. This server is actually logging it to the indexer. See, indexer something, index file. IRCTC logs, access logs. Okay. You're storing here. Okay. Your company has purchased an extra server and they have kept some load balancer over here. What load balancer does is like if here know which user actually served that, from which server this request has come. Okay, you know both are web server logs only, but it is very hard if you don't have host name attached to it. Okay, the host name attached to the log source here from which server it is, host name it is not attached, then from which server it came the log, it is very difficult to identify because both are same www.flipkart.com only. Okay, but which server, server 1 or server 2? Okay, that host name is important for us to store here so that we can justify that I want only this server logs. So I will put only hostname logs of server 1. Okay, then I'll get only the list of server 1 logs. If I want only this particular thing, okay, then I'll put server 2, hostname as server 2. Okay, just remember that. Okay, so hostname is like for me from my system only it is getting generated. So my what do you say? Um, my system's IP, sorry, my system's host name, whatever it is there, right? That thing. If you right click on this, then if you click properties, my computer, whatever the name, computer name I have given to my machine, that thing only is there. That's it. Okay. And I want to create a folder now in the indexer. What is that folder? Where to store these logs? Okay. So the folder name, what I mean is web logs. Simple web logs. Small only I'll keep. Web access logs. I'll say access small log. Okay. Anything. You leave the everything just like that. Don't need to do anything. Okay, and you go to the drop down and you select that particular thing here. Okay, web server, and now all the logs whatever you selected sometime in the previous screen will be dumped over here. Now if you see, just verify, is this a log file what you want to get uploaded to the indexer? Yes. Is it, this is all happening within our machine only, it is not going to anywhere cloud or anything. Okay, access combined log is a source type. Yes it is this the host name? Yes it is this the access like this is the name what you have given? Yes it is. Just click next, guys. Now it has come here. Okay, so file has been successfully uploaded. Okay, now I want to start searching. Okay, click search. So whatever the information you given here has come once again like this, but this is not the correct way to write any query. But this gave you all the logs that whatever you uploaded with the information